When the husband goes out, who do you think is enjoying?
The husband.
The wife or the side chick?
Let me start this conversation by saying that you are mentally ill as a man if you continue to seek emotional intimacy and sexual satisfaction outside your marriage.
On today's episode of Paul's Hot Takes, we're discussing infidelity in marriages, specifically on husbands having side chicks. Now, who do you think enjoys more in this dynamic, the wife or the side chick? My name is Elvis Christain.
My name is Chris, and today we have with us in the studio not two, but three beautiful
women
guests. Women guests.
It's another gang up. All right, so let's start with our newest face.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you doing? Introduce yourself.
Very well, thank you. I'm Abimbola, Kimmy.
Ooh, so what do you do?
Okay, so I'm a birth and postpartum doula. Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So to my fave, you're my fave. You're my fave.
Oh,
yeah. One of my faves. So let's get to meet you again.
Hey guys, my name is KimmyK. I'm a fashion model and a media personality.
Period. And Davido's one biggest enemy.
Hi everyone, I'm Mel Rouge and I'm a multifaceted individual.
All right, interesting. Everybody is multifaceted, doing something unlike, Cristobal. Still
No
on.
shade.
Still
Don't
on.
worry, I'm not offended.
Still on the topic. So, who do you think enjoys more in the dynamic? Husband, the wife, or the side chick? When the husband goes out, who do you think is enjoying?
The husband.
The wife or the side chick?
Let me start this conversation by saying that you are mentally ill as a man if you continue to seek emotional intimacy and sexual satisfaction outside your marriage. I think it's a mental illness for me. And I have to say this before we start saying who enjoys more. I have to say this, and we all know this, that men do not marry women that they like. They only marry women that are around them whenever they are getting ready to marry. And this is why they have these wives at home and then they go out to cheat on their wives with the so-called side chicks, and then they give their side chicks the best of everything, the best of their pennies, the best of their money, the best of their time.
Real.
And you cannot convince me, to be honest, you cannot convince me that you like a woman as a man and you ask her to marry you, then you go out to cheat on her. It doesn't make sense to me. So I think personally it's a mental illness if you're going on the outside to look for, whatever you're going to look for. But if you want to look at it logically, who wins? The side chick or the wives? It's sad to say, but it's the side chicks winning, because you cannot tell me that any sane person is going to pass up on free money, less responsibilities, and great sex.
Great is subjective.
And more time. Because I don't know, I think that the side chicks always get the best of everything, which is sad. That's what I feel.
You know what? I sort of, in a way, I agree with what you're saying here. But to play devil's advocate a little bit, right? I do feel like we tend to forget that some men could be polygamous, right? Meanwhile, I agree that if you're a polygamous man, you should inform your wife that, as we are getting married, I would need another sexual partner, right? Let your wife be aware beforehand that you are polygamous and this is how you roll. Then if she's ready to marry you, she marries you, then it's not cheating, then you're in an open relationship or an open marriage.
But how many men can admit to themselves that they are simply not monogamous, that one woman is not enough for them? I don't have a problem with you feeling like, okay, one woman is not enough for you.
Yeah, because some people are like that.
Why are you bringing a woman into a relationship where you're supposed to build a family and then you are sharing your pennies like party packs all over the town? It makes no sense to me. Word to yell Edochie. That's his name,
yeah.
Okay.
So side chicks and men, what annoys me is that the perpetrator, who is the husband, is never in the conversation. Yeah. He can just cheat on people, get married, create side chicks, and no one talks about it, number one. In terms of who is the winner, while I get the logic, winning is relative and subjective to what you class as winning. Some men are just greedy. They have a great wife, but they just want other things, right? Yeah. And also, for some men, the side chick is mere entertainment. She's a toy. He's playing with her. Yep. She's flavor of the week. Right. And that's what it is. And their wife has the money, the assets, the gold, the land,
certified.
C of O. And the wife has some change. The side chick may have a change, have a bag or two, have a Chanel. And she thinks that's winning based on her POV. So if that's winning to the girl, then that's fine. But I think
the wife wins.
Ultimately, yes, I do. But it depends, because some women are living in loveless, disgusting, abusive relationships. And if actually you're not winning, you're losing. But if you, and also as well, right? Not every woman knows her man is cheating. Some women are living in a bubble. They're living in delusion. And also not every woman knows she's a side chick. Some women, a lot of women are happy to use the man for security, to pay a car note, to pay rent, buy a couple bags, take a couple first class trips. And they don't want to sleep with him every night and cook for him and rub his feet. They have no interest in that. So if that's what you want, then you are winning. But then some women get delusional and fall in love with him. That's a waste of time. And then they get heartbroken, and then they start having wife feelings, and that's where the problem
starts. So me, I would just look at it from who's actually losing the most. Then we can now say, after doing all the negatives, who is actually really winning. To me, I think ultimately the wife is losing, right? Because let's think sex. Your husband gets a side chick, right? Like you said, the side chick is typically flavor of the week. That means there's going to be flavor of week 2. And we have 52 weeks in a year. So technically, he would most likely have approximately 40 flavors from God knows where. And when he gets that, whatever disease he has gotten from the streets of Lagos, he comes back to your house when he wants to procreate and gives you a child. You are pregnant with a disease. Right. You understand? So you get to play wife roles, you get to play mother roles, you get to be the housekeeper, you get to be his advisor, you get to cook a warm meal for him whenever he's ready, you get to make sure things are around the house. But there's a girl somewhere in Unilag that's just, all she just has to do is just say,
but also,
two times I get money.
Can we speak on the fact that not every side chick is single? Some people are married and they're side chicks.
Another thing I find insane.
There are married
I find that one
chicks.
insane.
There are married side chicks.
Yes,
I hope we clarify that side chick is not just women. Like, it's not just female, because there are men. Men
as side chicks. Yeah, like the man.
Yes,
the husband could be bisexual.
Yes,
the husband,
it's happening, and I feel like marriage comes with a lot of responsibilities. Like you mentioned, you are his wife.
More on the wife.
You are his chef. You are his advisor. You are everything. And then there is one babe on the side that all she has to do is like.
And usually these men that go out for side chicks 2 rounds and they're good.
So I'm tired. I want money. If you play devil's advocate, what do you say to women who actually find the side chick for the man? Because there are many women that do that as well.
So do you know, I feel that one is cool, right? When it's the woman that goes out of her way to say, oh, since you want, I call that an open marriage. Something similar to what Will Smith and Jada had, right? Where, okay, you're allowed to play around. I'm allowed to play around. If I can source the babe for you, fine. Someone I trust, I know that, okay, she's at least clean. Do you get what I mean?
But that's a lie though, because men's ego cannot handle the fact that, your wife is going on the outside to find other men, and men want to eat their cake and have it. You want to cheat with a big booty. No, it's mostly men. Men want to cheat with a big booty ass, sexy ass, BBL, lecky babe, and you don't want your wife to go outside to get one sexy personal trainer, sexy guy. Like, men's egos cannot handle it. Like, they can't handle it.
I personally feel like my response to cheating is cheating back. Genuinely. Like, I feel like if I find out my babe cheats on me and I'm really bitter about it.
Your babe or your wife?
My wife, I will cheat
now,
back.
not babe.
No, to be honest, if it's wife, I'm not cheating back. Bye-bye, I go to your father's house. But if it's babe, I'll cheat back.
Okay, so as a man, go back to your father's house.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about when the man
cheating is a deal breaker for me personally.
So can the woman say go back to your father's house if they were in Nigeria? So really, for me, nobody wins. That's my perspective.
Okay.
Nobody wins, because I mean, it's like all we've discussed in either two. It's complicated.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of emotional dysfunction here and there. It's a lot of somebody trying to hide under somebody's ego to boost her self-esteem. It's one man trying to play around. Nobody wins, because the man, I mean, he's spending time with the side chick. He's trying to it's complicated. So
I've seen men that fall in love with their side chicks. So.
And start to
men that fall in love with their side chicks.
Of course,
and that's why.
So who wins?
And
the wife loses.
in side chicks, and
is he going to marry
the main wife, right?
But the side chick wants to get married.
Is he going to marry her?
Does
Just
she want to
get
marry
him?
So with like side chicks and the wife, this is why, for the most part, some people would say that sisterhood is a fallacy.
Oh,
Because it only applies to women you love and respect and know and admire. Because if it was real, you wouldn't be a side chick. It wouldn't exist. You wouldn't.
I know. I sort of agree with her. I agree. The idea of sisterhood, should apply to everything.
It's a lie.
Right? It should apply. If it's real, it will. I do believe to some extent it is real. There are women that really are out there looking out for other women.
Girls,
but there are also those bad eggs that like they don't really care. You are aware that this man has a wife. You are aware that there's a woman somewhere hurting because you are with her husband, but you don't care. And all this talk about, I didn't know he was. I didn't know he.
And your husband is with you.
Two ways.
And some people. This is why I say, and also this is why I don't like when wives, it makes no sense to me to go after a side chick. That's just low class. But also, you can't take a man. I don't believe in someone took my husband. You can't take someone that doesn't want to be taken. He was gone already.
Right. He just found a place to go to.
Right.
So what
has to be clear?
Let me say something, right? I don't blame women. I know we like to say it is trashy and classless for women to go after their husband's side chick, but I cannot blame a woman for reacting that type of way.
Yes,
so you can't tell someone how to cry.
Tell someone how to react. And while on paper it makes no sense for you to run after and beat her and slap her, like the emotions are there. This is the person taking your husband's time, causing hurts and sadness in your life. So you can't really tell women how to react. You really can't.
Online, we always say this. Many times where a woman catches her husband's side chick and they see her, they saw them are fighting, and people, you see the comments. Everybody's always like, why are you beating? Why are you not beating your husband? I agree that is the husband. Exactly, I agree that's the husband. But if I am hurt, is the easiest victim I'm going to pick. Everybody will get it. All right, so why do we think men go out to get side chicks? As a man, I believe, like I said earlier on, the reason why side chicks exist is a lot of men do not want to admit, a lot of people, women as well, a lot of people don't want to admit that polygamy is a thing. There are some people that can't love one person alone. It is a real thing. But because of religion and culture, we are holding back on that. Polygamy is real. There's a reason why our forefathers had many wives. You understand? It is normal to crave
variety.
Maybe not necessarily variety. It's normal to crave
spice of life.
Solace outside of the person you're married to. It is normal, right? And I believe the attraction doesn't stop once you have a ring on your finger. It's what you do with the attraction that matters.
Exactly.
Do you get?
Okay, so my issue is, right?
Yeah.
I get that it's natural to want to have multiple connections because you connect with people for different reasons.
Yes,
maybe
you do.
Levels,
for your interests, maybe your religion, whatever. But then don't get married. Don't get married. So many people should just not get married.
I agree.
They should just have a companion and you guys can live together. If you want to have kids, have kids. The whole point of marriage is duty and a choice. I'm choosing to be committed to you. And if I can't be, why am I married to you?
All right.
Let me say this. A lot of men, especially Nigerian men, are very horny people who cannot control their pennies. And they have no sexual discipline. It doesn't really all boil down to sex when it comes to this side chick conversation. But let me mention sex because it is first and foremost. There's no man that's going to take a side chick and not want to sleep with her, except she's not giving out sugar. But a lot of men, Nigerian men, they cannot control their pennies. They can't control their sexual urges. They have zero sexual discipline. Any small thing, any small yash that pass, they already had and they already want to chase. And when they feel like they have small change in their pockets, they want to go after them. And men do not marry their type. They want a sexy body Nicki Minaj for a side chick, but they go ahead to marry a deeper life, calm, sweet babe. So there's a disconnect there. How can they stay in the marriage when they are not seeing the kind of woman that they want? So their eyes are always outside on Instagram baddies and the likes.
I've heard a man say that, speaking of, they don't marry their types, they always go for the good girls. I've actually heard a man say, it's usually the boring babes that will hold your family together and, hold things down.
Now, what I see is, man is naturally selfish. When I say man, I mean both
generally.
Generally. Naturally, we're selfish. And I think that's, that's one of the things about the key thing about what we're talking about. Because if you're not selfish, you would not think you not think of yourself alone. You think of what's the impact of what you're doing
To
on
the wife.
The other
everybody
person.
else, only the wife, the
Includes-
children.
Yes.
The
The
children,
side
I mean,
chick
it's a ripple effect.
Effects, yeah.
Marriage is, I mean, it's a commitment, like you said. Now, if you want to keep saying, I mean, you keep having attractions in marriage, I mean, so you marry you marry a lot of women before you die. Because you keep seeing people that are probably find that your wife.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody
You
that
know,
seems
always.
better.
So it comes down to discipline and, I mean, what you really want in life. You can't
Alright.
eat if you can have it.
All right, so
Ultimately.
talking about, because another thing, people often argue that men get tired of their wives in marriages. So a tweet related to that is that many women are on this wickedness table, but we are not ready for the conversation. The man is tired of the woman too. This is why the side chick business booms, especially in Nigeria. Many men are living in bondage. They only find respite in the arms of a strange woman.
Now, marriage is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard work. And I mean, really, as human beings, we get tired of things. So you're living with someone for 20, 30, 40 years. You likely get tired, but you have to keep working on your marriage, have conversations. I mean, go out more. Now, once the woman starts having children, there's that thing that, I mean, there's a disconnect. If you're not careful, because attention shifts from your husband
To the
To your child, yeah.
So, and from there, if you don't take care, things begin to get, I mean, wider.
They say like a
and all of
bridge
that.
gets bigger
So
and bigger and
you
bigger.
would get tired, but you have to keep igniting the fire or rekindling the fire. It's hard work. And if you're going to get married, be ready to do the work.
A lot of people are not ready for the work that comes with marriage. They just want to get married.
Like me personally, I'm going to admit that I get bored easily, even in relationships. Like it's very easy for me to be bored, right? And that's one of the reasons why I fear the concept of marriage a lot, right? I'm a kind of person that I don't want to get used to something. Sorry. I don't like a routine. You understand? I don't want something too mechanical, something that just operates on its own. I like danger, adventure, spice. You understand? So personally, I'm not excusing cheating. So my answer to that is where Mel's point comes into play. Not everybody is built for marriage.
Yeah.
I agree that
Not
marriage
everybody
comes
should
with
get
marriage
married.
comes with a lot of security, right? Marriage helps with children too, because if a child grows up in mommy, daddy, kids, you understand? It's a safer environment to raise kids. I get that, right? But me personally, because I don't want to hurt anybody's child, I don't want anybody's child to hurt me. I'm going to toe my own lane. Ever since I've been very cautious of myself, I've just always wanted kids, really, right? I don't necessarily want a wife.
And
I
that's
just want.
selfish too.
It's not. Oh yeah, it's
okay
selfish.
to be
I agree.
selfish
I
when
agree.
it comes
No,
to
yeah, I
kids
take
too.
that back. It is
Elvis,
selfish.
could you read the tweet again, please, for me?
No, the tweet basically says that the man gets bored of his
Tired
wife,
of his
and
wife.
that is why side chicks exist.
Let me say
so that they
something.
can find rest and solace in someone else.
A lot of men get married not because they want to get married, but it just feels like the right next step to take. So that's why you are getting married to someone that is just there and someone that's just around. If not, I don't get the concept of getting bored of your partner. It makes
Someone
no
that you
sense to me.
chose.
Someone that you chose, you probably dated for maybe 2 years,
10 years.
or maybe 6 months or something, and then you are bored. It's an unfair concept. The concept of marriage is supposed to be always and forever.
Yeah.
Abby?
Yes.
And then you are bored. How is your
So
wife supposed to take
yeah.
that and then you go find comfort in the hands
And
of
why is
women?
it men that
women
bored
can
of
get
their
women can
wives?
get bored
Also,
as well. It's not
women
just the
get-
men.
Women can get bored,
Yeah.
but the next thing is
But
she
actually,
let me
be
be side
loyal.
boy.
So women get bored as well, but they didn't jump out the first second that they get bored. Like, some men, and that's why I said that for some men, the women are the flavor of the week, entertainment, but then for women, they're security, a backup. And so for women, if a man says, "Oh, I'm leaving my wife for you," you need to run the other way. It's a lie.
If I was the man, go like, oh, if I did not see my wife before you now,
I
I would have
wish-
picked
yeah.
you.
No, Yes, my wife and I are
There was
roommates.
like one line I've heard before. He said, "Oh, if I saw you just 15 years ago."
Oh.
Met you before my
Damn.
Oh, I beg. All right, so before you jump into, because you want to talk about policing, so there's a tweet that's in relation to that. The one way they mod me pass, now jealous married man. As in, you have your wife at home and still policing your side chick up and down. Have you forgotten that you are married? Why don't you want your side chick to talk to other men? Why are you jealous?
Selfishness.
Yeah.
And selfish.
I
You're
think it's-
very selfish.
And I think it's mental illness as well.
there has to be something wrong with your head, because how are you a married man? You have a side chick. You don't want your side chick. See, I've seen this thing happen. It's not them say. It's not just the internet. I've seen it happen before. You are married and then you have a side chick. You don't want your side chick talking to anybody. Every time you're on the phone with her, where are you? Who are you with? Who is at your house? Like, I don't even understand. Like, psychotic.
They are control freaks.
Let's establish.
Go home and control your wife.
But also, love. If
Don't
it is
control
love,
anybody, please.
If love is the reason that they're given, love is always going to be illogical. Love doesn't even make sense because it's on both sides. You'll have a side chick who is in love with her married man and gets jealous that he has to leave early. You know, he was married from the beginning, so it was.
I think Whitney Houston has a
I
whole
don't
song about that.
agree. I don't agree calling it love, because let's be real, a side chick married man relationship is transactional. Both of you know what you are doing there.
It's not always. Some people
The
leave.
both of you. I'm not even talking about like women that do not know that the man is married.
Yes.
I'm talking about a married man approaching a girl. I'm like, oh, I'm married. You know,
No, because
these days they like
Yoruba
to
men
brag
used to
now
tell you
that
with
they're
their,
married.
with their wedding ring. It is transactional. What are you falling in love for? What are you policing? It makes no sense. The two of you need to go to Yaba left and check your heads, because it's
I don't think it's possible for a man to fall in love with his side chick.
But you're a man. Can a man love two women at the same time?
Yes, I believe in polygamy. I believe that it's possible. I believe there are people that are structured in a way that they can't love one person.
So if you feel like men can love two women, do you feel like that's their justification?
It's not
of loving?
It's justification for some men. Like she said, a lot of men cheat because they are just very indisciplined sexually. But there are some men that cheat because society has boxed polygamous men into monogamous situations. And your polygamous nature will come out one day. You understand? You will meet a woman that you can't repress feelings for. You would pursue her. You understand? And I'm not saying this is an excuse. It's unfair to the wife who is not aware that her husband is polygamous. When she was signing her wedding certificate, she wanted a man that's going to be for her and her alone. Right? It's not her fault that the man is lying or pretending to be monogamous, but there are polygamous men that can't love one woman.
And they need to live their truth, because there
Yes,
will be a lot of people that will support you. Case in point,
Edochie, he has fans.
He has a lot of fans.
Yeah.
He has a lot of
that-
stands that defend his decision to deceive his wife and marry another woman on the side. So if that is your truth, if you feel like your penis belongs to two or more women,
It's not necessarily
plus man,
penis.
I'm just saying your penis and
No,
your
but
heart.
some people,
If you
It's
feel
heart,
like
yeah.
then
But it's community.
don't bring someone into your confusion.
True.
Because I feel it's confusion. Define yourself. Go to the village. Go back to the village and go and live your truth.
Trace the root
and
of
leave
your
us
problems.
alone.
Yeah.
All right, so there's an angle to this I want us to touch, right? There is this angle of men who aren't heterosexual getting married to women. They're not straight. They get married to a woman and then cheat with a man. Because we like to not talk about this, but this happens in Lagos. It happens everywhere. It's not even Lagos. It's a normal thing. And women do it. I think there's a video I saw on TikTok. A man decided to divorce his wife because he realized that he got married to two wives. He's a polygamous man. He married two wives, but at the end of the day, he realized that
The wives were
both
sleeping
women
with each other.
were lesbians who knew each other, then married him. Then really the man was just really financing them. So you see, now he's running streets because it's the woman doing it. You understand? So the two lesbians married one man.
Wow.
Then basically the man was funding their trip, funding their lifestyles and everything, but really
That's what he gets.
they were the one in the
As they
relationship.
should.
So men also do this and have other small boys by the side whilst having. So I believe people should live their truths.
Yeah.
If you are a polygamous man, let your would-be partner be aware that, peradventure in 2 years, I would need another smallie or biggie or whatever it is that you like. Everyone should live their truths. Deceit is what causes a lot of problems in marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Communicate. That's very
people
important.
lie a lot.
People lie and people misrepresent themselves.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say, listen, I'm gonna have 5 girlfriends. Are you cool? Cool. Let's
Let's move on, right?
But don't try and pretend, and then that's where the issues come. If people are honest, there'll be less issues.
Yeah.
Funny
Alright.
thing, there are a lot of women that would gladly want to be second, third, fourth, sixth, fifth.
Why?
wife.
I mean, there are women that
And
win with these
they're
things. I mean,
fine.
Regina Daniels is a boss lady right now.
But she's a wife.
Yeah, she's a wife. Okay, yeah, she's not a side chick. I'm just saying there are many women that would are okay with being second wives.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Men love to deceive. I don't know, maybe it's like
Everybody
it's
deceives.
kink.
KimmyK.
No, we're talking about men in this case.
Okay.
There are women that would gladly be down for your polygamous nature. In fact, they will even
And
go
your
and look for a
shenanigans.
second wife.
Yes, no, there are people that do. They can't find the wife.
You choose to go after someone that's monogamous,
I agree.
and then one day you spring up with a new wife on her. Why? Why?
Why are you asking? You're not married.
No, it's true because men tend to go after women who don't share their values rather than look for those that do.
Yeah.
So go and find your type. Make sure. But then, are you your types really?
Exactly.
Many times it's not the case. Like the person who is the love of your life may be polygamous and you're not. So where do you go from there?
Then it cannot be my love of my life.
All right.
And some women live in
I
denial.
support with her.
Okay.
That's true.
So they know this man is polygamous.
He
Probably
has been cheating when they were even dating.
Exactly. But they still like, I'll change him. I'll do this.
That'll change.
Baby,
him.
this is not
So many
you.
women live in that. That delusion.
Yeah.
And then they are caught up in the web and they're like, but
How
I
did
get
I
that.
get here?
So what do you guys think though? Because this just came to me just now.
Yeah.
Of people that say, don't let your wife or don't let your husband or your relationship stop you from finding the love of your life.
I agree. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding you.
But
your
yes, don't
husband.
let your boyfriend.
Don't
Yes.
let your husband also stop you from meeting the love of your life.
I don't know about
Because
that
people
one.
make terrible.
I don't know about
I
that.
agree.
What
I
do you mean
agree.
by that?
I agree, actually.
But I feel
Yes,
that you
please.
can be in a marriage.
Yeah.
You can be married to a man or married to a woman, but the love of your life is outside. And you have not made them. But because you are hasting your decision, you now go and marry anybody.
But that's your fault.
It's your fault. But you can still
No,
stand up.
then
for
you
the
leave your
husband.
marriage.
It's not better to leave the marriage.
Thank
than
you,
remain
leave-
in the
No,
Leave your
you
marriage.
I
Marriage,
agree.
No,
You will leave the
I'm saying
marriage.
leave the marriage, but don't do.
Don't.
No.
yeah.
I
Your
don't mean
shenanigans
cheating.
in
I
the
would never
marriage.
excuse it. I'm like, if you are married and you see the love of your life outside, and you are sure, and you tell me you want to divorce your wife to go and pursue the love of your life.
Yeah, to
I'm
be
like,
honest, because
okay.
I have heard cases of people. Someone.
She
This one
said
was even
no.
a woman. This one was even a woman. It was a woman that got married to a man. I mean, she did love the man, but I think it was an arranged marriage. But she grew to love the man, and then she found somebody later on in the marriage, and she told her husband she was leaving.
I think she made the right decision.
I agree.
Yeah.
If the man, it didn't cause any problems, right? No. I mean, someone will get hurt, and I agree, but
Boys,
yeah, that's
better
life.
you get hurt
But
now.
yeah.
then you find out that you're
Down
being
the
cheated.
line.
But also, we only know we're only gonna know if she made the right choice later. Because the grass is always greener.
On the other
that's
side,
on her.
I know another thing. Cheating, what people refer to as cheating. Me personally, if I'm in a relationship with you and you are entertaining flirtatious messages, in my head, you've cheated.
For me, it is if you
So
can
my fans cannot
conveniently.
admire me again.
No, I said engage in flirtatious messages. Like they are flirting with you and
But you
you're
can't
flirting
control.
back.
I mean, like
In my head,
telling me I look
to
To
good,
me, you don't
baby.
necessarily have to have sex to have cheated.
Yes,
yes,
because
you can
I feel
emotionally
that.
cheat.
I feel
Yeah.
like if you are in a romantic relationship with someone, romantic,
Yeah.
emotional, whatever you want to call it, whatever you can conveniently do
With your partner.
and it's so easy for you to do it with multiple people. Like, yeah, you're cheating.
My own is if you send another woman money for like maintenance, hair, skin, nails, then you've cheated on me. You do not
Well,
have
I mean,
the
it,
right.
it
If we're in
does
a
fall under
relationship-
into things
that's
that you're
where-
If we're in a
conveniently doing for
relationship
me.
as a man, you do not have the right to send another woman money for maintenance. You can send for other things.
Your
though,
sister, I
but
cannot
for
send my sister
maintenance-
money.
Are you
Not-
sleeping
are
with
you
your
sleeping
sister?
with your sister?
Okay. No, that's like
What?
another
Anything
woman. I was like,
Yes,
okay,
and
because I have
I
4
don't get
sisters.
If
So
you're
even
in
if
a
I have money,
romantic relationship, you are not allowed to give another woman money for maintenance. I feel that's cheating to me.
Anything
Yeah.
that you can't do in front of me with your full chest is cheating.
Yeah.
all right. So let's wrap this conversation up. So, what do you still on the sisterhood here? Do you think side chicks owe any? How do I put it now? Do you think side chicks owe any respect as per we are the sisterhood? Is feminists, equality? Do you think they owe the wife anything?
No.
They only owe them if you can. This is what I say in some regard. It's a fallacy because if you cared enough, this conversation would not exist. So a number of people that do it do not care about anyone's feelings. It's just, I need to survive. I need to pay this thing, point blank, period. I don't care. People that do this don't tend to care about other people's feelings.
All right.
It's a brutal world out there.
Like,
and
so-
whether or not you want to be emotional about it, they
That's just
do not
what
owe,
it is.
They are not the ones that
Who
went
made
on
the
one
vow?
knee and asked the woman to marry them. I mean, yes, women should always support each other. I'm on that side. But
I
I
agree.
cannot fault a woman for not passing up on money, trips, leveling up an engagement. I don't.
But I think who owns, if anyone's owning it,
It's
if
the
anyone's
husband.
owing anyone, it's the husband.
So me, I agree that the husband, right? I agree that the husband is the one that took a vow. So he's the one that's actually cheating.
Yeah.
But I also believe that the side chick is involved as well.
Of course. Because
Right?
no one forced
Unless you're
you.
not aware he's married. But if you know a man is married and you still go ahead to have a sexual relationship with him,
Sexual and romantic
relationship with him, you are not, that sisterhood thing is bullshit, right? Because if you, especially people that champion it, or women supporting women, you are aware that there is a woman somewhere that will be hurt by your, actions. I understand that the man is the one that went out of the marriage, but you know that he's going out and yet you entertain it. There is accessory to murder around.
Yeah.
I didn't commit a crime, but I was there, I saw it, and I did nothing about it.
Yeah.
And that's why
I'm involved.
That's why you're free of choices, but you're not free of consequence.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah. All right. So let's move
And that's
on
why they
to.
beat you when they catch you.
Exactly. So that's why they will beat you.
That's
Say
because
you're
it's straight action.
So away from the topic, right? So do you think generally women are really down for equality like they say, or they just want to win, or like a selfish reason? Do you think equality is really what women want?
Okay, so let me say something on this.
Okay.
Now, I believe that a woman doesn't really, it's not about equality for women. So now I'll do some analogies now. So a woman has a particular kind of strength that men do not have. Now let's not talk about equality here. A woman is strong. Now a woman, like we were saying earlier, a woman is a wife, she's a mother, she's a chef, she's all of that. Women display a kind of strength that men cannot. I've seen men that have gone to the labor room with their wives and they can't even bear it. They can't even stand it. So a woman has a kind of strength that men don't have. What a woman wants is, let me be, let me fly. I mean, let me express myself. Let me thrive. Not like, I'm not competing with you, but I want to thrive. And if you go and look at it, for men that allow their wives to thrive, I mean, they have a greater joy. I don't know. But it's insecurity for men to say, no, you cannot sit down there. You cannot. I have friends that before they go somewhere, they'll take permission for months.
Damn.
And then the day they have to go for that meeting, their husband will pick up a fight or for that event.
Enemy of progress.
So that they cannot go. I mean, what's the basis for that? What a woman can do, really, some things, men cannot do it. At the same time, a man has his own strength. A man, I mean, is a head. I mean, men are logical. So there's no basis for... I never said that. I'm just saying that men have, I mean, we are wired differently. And we should celebrate our uniqueness as men and women, not like we're trying to compete with each other.
All right. So what I believe that there are women that want what some women want, most women that call themselves feminists, what they want is to be able to compete if they want to compete. That freedom of choice. That, I don't know what the feminist people see, but the feminists I know and I interact with, women want to be able to say, oh, I want to choose to be a housewife, or I want to choose to go to work. When I'm applying for a job, there shouldn't be an added benefit for man, right? Everybody should have an equal lane. If I did my master's, BSc, I have experience, I should be on the same playing ground with a man that has my qualification. Do you get what I mean? What women want is that we should be looked first as human beings before gender. Gender is a social construct, right? So equality for me, the brand of feminism that I subscribe to is, I believe men and women are equal. Christabel and I are equal on this table. And not because I'm a man, I am more important than her. Not because she's a woman, she's more important. That's the equality that I subscribe to.
I agree.
Yeah. So do you have anything to say?
Men are not logical.
She has not been holding herself.
Men are not thinkers. Men, let's
there are
be
men
real.
that are thinkers and there are women that are thinkers.
Yes. Okay.
Men are not
Okay, so
logical.
it's
Men
not-
are actually very, very emotional. If you want to,
Everybody
if we
can
want
be
to,
emotional.
No. There's this thing where they say men are logical and women are emotional.
I disagree
as
with
if
that.
You cannot be the same
You can
thing
be
at
too,
the same time. So
Actually, you can be.
It's not mutually
to
exclusive.
dunk on you, but I just have to clear that men are not logical. In fact, their emotions, most men do not know how to control their emotions. They are very emotionally immature.
Yes.
Yes.
They are not able to put their...
And when we talk about this conversation equality, how many feminists do we even have in Nigeria?
To be honest.
Feminists
are the
like
minority.
men, especially on X, will be fighting feminists. How many feminists do we even have? That's the truth of the matter. The thing is, men, I don't want to debate it. Men and women are equal, period.
Period.
Where do we come out from? It's not like men are hatched from eggs or they are thrown from the sky. Where do we come out from one place and one place alone?
Yeah.
The vagina. So to me, that makes us equal. And I don't want to start bringing up radical views because I think women are superior, but let's
so I agree that men and women are equal. And because men have been in control for so long and still are to a point where it matters, power, access, money, globally, not just in Africa. Yeah. So because of that, a number of women want to win. And by winning, it's not just, here's some change. They want to be on the table. They want to be in the boardroom. Yeah. They want to be on the chair. They want to be board of directors, not just, maybe be a receptionist or whatever. So women want to win. And so for a number of women, a number of us that maybe have access to a great network, a great ecosystem, we know people, fantastic. Some women don't have access to that network. And so some people will do anything to win. Some people even scandalous. That's why like you may hear of someone will sleep with her boss to get to the top or someone will be an escort or someone will be a third person in a marriage. It is to win. Now, if society was better, maybe less people would act out of character. And it's easy to judge. It's very easy to judge, but I find it hard to reconcile and how easy it is to have integrity on an empty stomach, on a dying child, on a dying mother. Those are things that one has to consider because people tend to act out of character for extreme reasons.
See, sleeping your way to the top as a woman, to me, is a myth. Because how many women are actually at the top? Bring me evidence of women that have slept their way to the top. And let's compare. Let's compare. It's a myth. It's just something men say to make themselves. When they see a successful woman, they feel like, she had to sleep. How many vagina can you drop to sleep your way to the very, very top? It makes no sense to me. It's just men being jealous of successful women, to be honest.
But that I must say though, the unfortunate thing is that if you're a woman and you're somewhat attractive and you're in a powerful position, people will always say you knew someone, you slept with this person, you knew the CEO. So yes,
and that's why we need equality.
It's like that's
just the problem there
because there are women.
So we don't need equality. We need equity.
Equity is a myth.
We need equity. I don't think it is, but we need equity.
That I feel like that would be a different hot takes episode
equity.
of its own. Equity
because you can have equality all day. That's just about how many girls were in the room. I don't care about that. I want to know about the power and access.
All right, interesting. All right, so moving on to this particular post, Drea Michelle. This was made on the Shade Room. So Drea Michelle is a 39-year-old woman. She's basically pushing 40. She's probably having midlife crisis already.
Stop it.
And she announced that she is having a baby for
her baby,
for someone who is just as old as her child. So many times when women date younger men, people always like, but when a man dates a younger woman, he's grooming, he's a predator. Women get to have that free pass to do these things. So that is women enjoying some little bias here. Because people will say, Drea Michelle is a woman, she can't really, she know if you groom man. You understand? A man is a man, he will open his eyes eventually. But if it's a man that's doing the same thing Drea is doing, let a man that's 40-year-old date a 21-year-old woman. Like Leonardo DiCaprio. People always bash him for dating women younger than 25 years old.
Once you're 25,
like, they will break up automatically. Bye. I'm serious. It's a thing for Leonardo DiCaprio.
See, anyone can be a groomer.
Yeah. Man, woman. Yeah.
And we cannot say that, because she's a woman, we can't have these types of conversation. Drea Michelle is a predator. I might even call her a pedo. It might be a stretch, but I'm like, it's not supposed to happen. How can you be pregnant for a child who is the same age as your son? It makes no sense.
It's
makes
ridiculous.
No sense to me.
And in the comments, people are like, "Oh yes, girl," because she's securing the bag. Because
There's no yes girl.
I see it's grooming. Let's just be straight. It's grooming. But I feel like it's very petty. I think the reason why most women say yes, girl, congrats, is because it evens the scoreboard. A lot of women are hurt.
Women in male dominated industries.
Right, I do support
that. Men have done a lot of dirt.
Grooming.
No. Men have done a lot of women dirty. So this is just like they're like even the scoreboard.
Yeah. And
it's our turn.
That's why around that boy.
Because how can a whole grown? There's just no way. And I'm sure he was just so captivated by Drea.
Oh, she's beautiful. I will put a baby inside. I don't get life. You see Drea Michelle. Let's be honest. So let's move on to trending topics. Nathaniel Bassey passed on earth. Yeah. sued 4 people for saying that Mercy Chinwo's son was his. What do you think he should have done? Me,
Exactly
this
what he
one,
did is
I
what he
want.
should
This
have
is
done.
what I wanted. This is what I want to talk about. Since Elon Musk started giving people money for engagement, Elon
People
Musk
have just
money,
been tweeting
people have been
rubbish.
doing rubbish, and it's so annoying. People come online and say rubbish and don't really think about who the person you're talking about. They come as this guy came on, he made a 4 minutes, 17 seconds video saying that Mercy Chinwo's husband should go and check for the paternity of their child that they just dedicated. This is why celebrities don't like to show like their children, right? It's unfair. And people always like to do that to Christians because they're like, oh, you are a Christian, God is love. The same God that flogged people in the temple.
And God is fire.
Exactly. So God is vexed too. So me, I am solidly behind Nathaniel Bassey.
Yeah.
Because me, I know that if I had Nathaniel Bassey's access to power, I would do worse. So he did very well. And I need more people to come outside to start arresting these clout chasers.
Because these people need to understand that you can't just come and tweet rubbish and expect. And I feel like, this situation with Nathaniel Bassey, them getting arrested, should serve as a lesson. Because a lot of times people come online and they tweet rubbish and there's no consequence for the rubbish that they are tweeting.
Exactly.
So you guys keep tweeting rubbish,
Yeah.
and you keep getting arrested.
See,
for $2.
$2.
That's one of their chicken
I heard some
shit.
people are cashing out though.
No, those are the big influencers now.
Yeah, okay.
We're in a social media age, social media era where a lot of Nigerians love to clout chase.
Yes.
And it's clout chasing with fake news, fake information. Because this guy spent over 2 minutes lying.
4 minutes, 17 seconds. Lying.
On someone's character, someone's perception, someone's everything. So we need more serious consequences. And I need Nathaniel Bassey to pursue this to the end. You must do
Don't
jail.
fold though. You go do jail.
You must do
Don't
jail.
fold.
Because
Like,
in no world is it okay for you to concoct stories about people, even if they are famous. I do not care. Even if they are in the public eye, I do not care. It is no for me.
There has to be consequences for speaking reckless.
Yeah,
Too
it's a
many
slander.
people have gone free with it. So I agree.
Yeah, and I think this generation, it's getting. I mean, it's
But-
getting
but
worse.
you have come from my generation. I
I'm
will not
sorry,
agree
but
with
it's
you,
getting
Gio.
worse. Social media has given us a platform where everybody just comes and, like you said, clout chase and just say whatever they like.
Yeah.
And once they have some engagement, once they have some fans saying, yes, it's true. And then you have some people like them that give them comments that boost, make them feel like,
ego,
yes, they just feel like, I can just get away. And like you said, because it's a Christian, you believe that they should just be.
God is love.
I don't know
If I slap you on this
I don't
cheek,
know
turn
what
the
goes in my
other
mind. But so I think it should actually go ahead. I mean, they should.
Pursue it to the end.
I'm telling you. I mean,
you do jail.
Thank God it wasn't Misha. All right, so Hilda Bassey and Abba Reginald used to be friends. They had a fallout, and Stephanie's Amma's sister, came out to defend her sister like she should. So, what do you think about their friendship? Personally, I have no thoughts. Call me Rara.
I mean, while we can never really know the true details of what happened, but from the outside, I've always felt like Hilda's and Amma's friendship was fake. And no offense to anybody, I always felt like the fakeness came from Amma's side.
Damn.
From the videos, you can't say, but from the videos I used to see online with the way, it felt like she was the kind of person to attach herself to Hilda's success, especially when Hilda first came into the limelight with her cooking
But me, I heard that
record.
Amma was always successful and popular before that. She was the one that even made Hilda popular. That's what I heard.
Me, I don't know. But me, I felt like
That's
the
what I heard.
energy I got from their videos with the way Amma was moving around Hilda, I felt like it was fake. But then, friends fall out.
You think she was like doing too much?
I felt she was doing too much, to be honest. Even when there was a video of her Range Rover and Hilda just got her own Range Rover, the energy just felt weird to me. I was like, nah. And then when Bo Hair came out to say, someone stole someone, then I knew that was confirmation for me that this friendship was going to crash somehow.
I feel like if you see me with my friends, you think I'm doing too much. I'm a lover.
But the energy will be
I carry
right.
my
The energy
friends on my
was
head,
not
though.
right when I watched their videos. I was like, nah. And then, a lot of factors, the limelight, the attention could, I don't know if anybody slept with anybody's boyfriend. It's not my business.
I didn't even hear that narrative.
But
till the sister
it
came
was
out.
the sister that said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the one that brought up.
Yeah.
Nobody was really talking about that, but now she's.
I mean, friends fight. If they want to make up, maybe They should.
They're very beautiful women. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They have
Anyways,
money.
Fina recently revealed that MultiChoice is still owing her some money because she won Big Brother Naija season 7. So she came out to say MultiChoice is still owing her money. But here is something.
I don't even care about.
Exactly. That I don't really. But here is something. That's an angle because season 8 winner Ilebaye came on a live. She was on live, and I think she was asked. She also said,
Kosi as well.
Yeah, Kosi Twala. She won Big Brother Titans. It's still MultiChoice, and they said they've been paid. So, which is leading other people to believe that Fina is lying. But if there's one thing I know about Fina, she won't lie.
Something like that.
Fina does not lie. I just feel like she did not relay her message well, and really is her business. Whatever contract she signed with MultiChoice is her, Fina, and whoever was the witness to the contract signing. I don't personally have anything to say about that. Hopefully, whoever is owing Fina should give her money, or whoever is not owing her should not give her money. I personally don't care.
The thing with Fina is that when she expresses like how she has been wronged, it always rubs off some kind of way, like she's not grateful for the platform that has made her who she is, and that's why I have a problem. I don't have she can come out to say that she has not been paid or not, which rubs off bad on MultiChoice, but I think that the way Fina expresses herself sometimes, it makes people not take what she's saying seriously. It makes people doubt the truth in her statements. And
was that fair on her though?
It's not fair on her, but I think Fina is at a point where she doesn't just need to come out to say anything. She's a brand at this point. She does not need to take her phone and go live and say whatever that comes out of her mouth. I really like Fina. I think she's great. She's very talented, but she needs better management, to be honest. She needs a better way of presenting herself online. That's what I feel. And if they've not paid her, they should pay her, please.
All right, so still on trending topics, we're still on the issue of the Mohbad case, right? So there's a lot of DNA squabbles here and there. This one should do a DNA test, that one should do a DNA test. People are like, Wumi, Mohbad's wife, should get a DNA test to confirm paternity of the child. And Wumi's sister is saying Mohbad's father should do a DNA test to confirm. So do you guys think this is taking away from what we actually came, came for? Because we want to find out what happened to Mohbad?
Yeah.
Why did he die? Yeah. Was anyone responsible? What is the investigation? Because I personally feel like finding out who owns the child is irrelevant to the case.
Yeah.
Right? So let's focus on our focus, which is the investigation. We have the case of someone who has died, right? And everybody wants answers. What happened, right? So all this one should get a DNA test, very irrelevant. Even the conversation of Mohbad's father wearing Mohbad's clothes, to me, like, cool, I don't really care.
And his sister also came and was saying something about Mohbad gave her sister
infectious. Who cares? It was unfortunate, but let us focus on our focus, which is the case.
There's a lot of messiness, which is very sad, that is surrounding Mohbad's death, his wife, his child. And this is why it can never be well with very dark man, because he was the one who brought up this irrelevant DNA issue. Let's be real, because nobody was talking about did they tell you that Mohbad was doubting the paternity of his son? It's irrelevant to this conversation. Uncle Naira Marley is still trying to break into the music industry, and everybody is doing like they cannot see him. Mind you, Mohbad has not yet been buried. It's very sad. It's really, really sad.
So let him rest.
VDM, it can never be well with you for turning this conversation upside down. That's what I feel. It distracted the entire conversation.
It's very unfortunate, because regardless of whoever owns any child, what we need to know is
what happened.
That's it.
Yeah.
What happened?
And the Mohbad guy seems like a very peaceful
it's a major
person.
He really
and he was so talented, and it's very sad when
like
you see young, talented, amazing musician.
I really liked him.
Especially as a musician myself, it's very disgusting to see such young people be cut off so early. So no one cares about his child. Just solve the case.
Yeah,
call
like
it a day.
paternity, we'll face it.
Yeah.
Mohbad's dad is wearing his clothes, we'll face it. Mohbad gives somebody infectious, we'll face it.
And let's finally bury this guy.
Like,
let him rest. He deserves
it. You don't
they buried him before and they brought him back.
But why as burying him what has stopped burying? I'm just wondering.
The
Even
family.
if they want to do
Investigations.
DNA,
I thought it was
but
investigations.
they've done
It's the
what's
family.
it called now?
Autopsy.
Autopsy. So
So I feel like specifics about this case isn't really open out
Obviously,
here. We don't really know.
obviously.
A lot of things we're having is like based off what should be, what ought to be, not what actually is, right? So my own is that we just need to focus on our focus, which is the case at hand, right? Every other thing, his family drama should be family drama. Focus on the actual case, please. All right.
Thank you very much. Sorry, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. That's all we can take on today's episode of Paul's Hot Takes. Remember, we are now available on all streaming platforms, so please stream our podcast.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Bye.